Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome to another Wheelingit Campground review. We're here at Schoodic Woods Campground in Acadia National Park. And Schoodic Woods is actually on Schoodic Peninsula, which is about an hour away from Mount Desert Island, where the main part of Acadia is. And Schoodic Peninsula is actually just down the way from Winter Harbor, Maine. It's a fantastic peninsula. Not a lot of stuff here. Winter Harbor's got a couple little things, an IGA, a couple of eateries. Prospect Harbor's right around on the other side of the peninsula. Just laid back, great place just to hang around.
And and Schoodic is kind of the forgotten area of Acadia. Not many people come here, so it is quiet, and that is one of the things we love about this particular campground. The other thing that we love is it's pretty new. It was only opened a couple of years ago, I believe. And the sites, especially in the B Loop, are enormous.
Amazing.
In fact, the campground host made a joke when we first came. He said, "You're not going to like your site. It's too long, it's too big, you're too far away from your neighbor, and it's too quiet." Yeah. And I have to admit, he was right. This is probably the nicest national park campground we have ever stayed at. So we're going to take you in and take you around, and hopefully you'll see what we like about it.
All right, let's go have a look.
This is the registration and check-in area. Nice big new building. You basically come down the main road over there. Paul's. Hi, Paul. Down this road, you park in this large section here. Then just walking to the check-in office. And then the campground is in this direction, over here. Okay, we're standing by the campground map, so I'm going to take you through the layout of the campground. You come in here, this is the check-in office, and then there are two loops, two very different areas. This is B Loop, this is the big rig loop. So basically, if you have anything bigger than 20 feet, this is where you'll stay. And the sites are huge. I mean, they're up to 160 feet long, some of them. There's basically pull-throughs all around here, and then a couple of back ends down here. Couple of things to be aware of. If you park on this side of the campground, you'll have the sun in the rear of your RV, whereas if you park on this side of the campground, you'll have the sun in the windshield of your RV if you're a Class A. So if that's important to you, either park here or here, depending on your sun orientation. Also, some of these pull-throughs here are a little bit unlevel because the campground is just slightly graded going down towards the bottom. So that's also something to be aware of. Down here, this is a loop. This is listed on the National Park website as 20-foot max. Now, some of these sites are actually 50-foot deep, but it's listed at 20-foot max. I don't know how they basically enforce that, but that's what's listed down here. And there's a variety of sites. There are what they call RV electric sites, which have 50 amp hookup. And that's basically A1 through A5, A7 through A12. So these are the RV electric sites. And by the way, I don't know if I remembered up here, these are 50 amp water sites. So they have electric and water. These are just 50 amp. Then there's standard electric, which are kind of these central sites here, and they have 20 amp hookups only. And then the sites down towards the back here are tent only. And they do also have a 20 amp hookup, but they are tent only. So that's kind of the layout of the campground. And if you go over here, you can see the camping rates. Basically, for the 20-foot max, the A-loop, these are the two A-loop kind of sites. It's either $30 with the 20 amps, $36 if you have the 50 amps, and then for the B Loop, which are the big RV sites, you're paying $40 a night. And then they do also have some hiking primitive sites. And if you have the senior access pass, you do get 50% off here, so that is a big deal. So there you go, that's kind of the layout of the campground. So this is our site, site B9. I'm looking at it from the rear. I'll just pan around so you can see that's the nearest RV to us. This is the RV in the site behind us. and this is the main road that we're on. But our site, as you can see, is enormous, just like all the sites here. I'll take you on a walk through. I believe ours is actually 142 or 145 feet long, all in all. Easily sized for several beasts. 50 amp electric, very good power here, and water. We have a picnic table, a little sitting area, fire pit. We've enjoyed hanging out here quite a bit. And then the front of our site, where we also have enough space to park another RV. And I'll just take you through the end so that I can pan around there. The site opposite us here is B3. You can walk, they have a doggy, and you can walk down the road. You can see the next site on from this one is that one down there. Enormous separation. And then a view of our site from the front, and a view up the road to the entrance. Quick clip of the dump station. It's a nice, new, flat, wide dump station. No potable water, but it's easy in from the campground in B Loop. This is the end of the campground, all the way out to the exit of the B Loop over there. Super easy. Here are the facilities. There are actually several of these buildings through the campground. Now they are flush toilets only. There are no showers at this campground, which is maybe like the only negative I can think of. So you do have to, if you don't want to shower in your rig for whatever reason, tank size or whatever, then you have to go about 5 miles to the nearest paid shower facility. But other than that, facilities are very nice, very clean, very modern. And just look down the campsite loop. So no problem there, just no showers. Okay, we're gonna do our traditional bike through. We're gonna start with the A-loop sites. These are the 20-foot max sites. You will see some bigger sites in here, but you will also see some smaller sites. And the sites in general are more on level than on the B-loop side. But let's take a bike through. Now I'm going to take you through the B loop. We're going to go to the right and just go kind of around the whole B loop. This is the Big Rig Loop. This is where you want to stay if you are beastly size. And the sites you'll see are enormous, up to 150 foot long, easily spaced for 2 or 3 beasts. Great hookups, mostly pretty flat, and of course great separation like there is everywhere in this campground.
All right, that concludes the campground review of Schoodic Woods.
We're standing at our site, which is basically where we've spent most of our time because it's so nice.
Yeah, it's so nice we really haven't
It's
gone
been really hard to go
anywhere
anywhere else. We've loved it here. The sites are huge. They're so private. The Schoodic Peninsula is really beautiful. There's good hiking trails. I don't know, we've just had a really good time, and the pets have loved it too. So I
highly
think
recommend it.
This is the nicest national park campground we've ever stayed at. Would you say? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so
It's a lot of campgrounds, hard to remember.
so definitely, if you're in the area,
Check it
big
out.
thumbs up,
All
you
right.
know. All right.
See you
down the road.